15 episodes, 3 parts, spread out madly over this and next year. This is about to be as drawn out as my What If episode. I know, I'm working on it. But for now, cue the music. The final season is upon us. Hyped up this huge world tournament called the Sekai Taikai, and it appears Cobra Kai is finished in the valley after the truth came out about Terry Silver's cheating ways. Or is the recently escaped from prison John Kreese about to get one more shot of snake venom? Season 6, Episode 1, Peacetime in the Valley. And your immediate response and mine was, for how long? Smiles all around the LaRusso and Lawrence family. Tori's in the school, she and Robbie kiss. Sam and Miguel together again. Anthony spots Kenny, latter of whom keeps his distance. That's a bridge that may need more mending, if possible. Daniel says to Amanda, "We won peace in the valley." She's a bit worried that Silver could get charges dropped and Kreese could escape. But Daniel's confident that they're both a non-factor at this point, and plans to retire on top his sensei days once Miyagi-Do wins the Sekai Taikai. Which Johnny plans to win as well for Eagle Fang, and I already sense ripples in the water again. He's fine with LaRusso being 50-50 and opening his dojos too. Again, for how long? Johnny taking his 2 sons to, what was that old factory where Eagle Fang did their training dojo in last season? But it too, like Cobra Kai, is torn down by construction workers. Mitch shows up all apologetic at the LaRusso dojo with a shirt that's half Eagle Fang, half Miyagi-Do symbol, promises no more heel turns, and his old friend Chris is there to be the first to forgive and welcome him back. Miguel and Robbie feel dejected about Johnny losing his only factory/dojo. They arrive to see that Sam and Tori are still keeping their distance. They figure, hey, we worked through our mess and became a karate family. Why not help these two get along? Johnny arrives with what little equipment he could salvage from said dojo to find that Chosen's leading the class today, which Johnny was supposed to do. But Daniel pulled rank, I guess, with Johnny being off on his own thing. Him hearing about Johnny needing lighter fluid and a frying pan for his exercise understandably has Daniel worried. Great blue mohawk back again for Eli. He and Dimitri put together a game plan for the Takai, putting together a vote and reveal a new Miyagi Fang dojo logo with a fanged Miyagi. Ugh. Okay, who the fuck would think that this was okay with Daniel or Sam or in general? As I suspected, Daniel's on the back like, we are not using that logo. We need to side with Chosen and Johnny, who are at each other over the dojo name, so they schedule a fight to decide the dojo name while Miguel and Robbie's double date at the fair doesn't go so great. Tori feels weird she's gotta unlearn all of what 2 senseis of Cobra Kai taught her. Sam feels like Tori doesn't even want to change. Daniel meets Johnny at the pawn shop trying to get him to call off the fight, Johnny having none of it. He's dojo-less, so right now the name Eagle Fang's all he has as a sensei. He earned a spot in the Sekai Taikai. If Taguchi beats me, fine, but I'm not backing down. Getting his hands on a medieval axe to cut down trees Rocky IV style in the snow, that was his plan. It's Cali, so no snow, but the idea's there. Maybe down at Coyote Creek, because that's where the text messages he gets once he's about to drive away. Meet me there. Johnny texts, who is this? The response to that in all caps is, Cobra Kai never dies. Callback time! Robbie does the don't shoot from movie 1 in front of Kenny trying to make things right. In comes an out-of-prison older brother Sean, pissed at Robbie for, quote, bringing my little brother to your karate cult and then leaving him there. Of course, not knowing all the details, telling Robbie, stay away or there's gonna be trouble. Callback time again with movie 2 this time. Chosen chopping at a huge plank of wood like Sato did. So now this is Daniel's trying to talk Chosen out of the fight, who is frustrated. His night of partying last episode dulled his senses and he lost the fight to Silver. Cheaply, but like as Daniel tried to point out, like he cut you in the back. But yeah, Chosen won. He's hurt in more ways than one, revealing he left a message to Kumiko, poured his heart out, no answer back. So he now firmly believes in nothing for me back in Okinawa. Now all I have left is this dojo's name and reputation. But he does manage to do what Sato could not in movie 2 and actually breaks the plank. Chosen one! Don't put yourself down so easily there. It just puts Chosen over, if anything. Like, even, like, if he says he's inebriated as he is and still went, still had silver, he just turned around and took it and got choop shot in the back, that's all. Johnny arrives at Coyote Creek. Good swerve there, Cobra Kai show. Not who I thought this was. It's Stingray leading a class of kids wearing a Cobra Kai gi. Bring, bring, bring. Hello, Season 5. This is Season 2 Stingray actions at the high school. Hello? Revised Kreese Testament or not? He still attacked minors as a security guard at the school. How's he getting permission at all to do this? Anyways, partner in crime Bert tells him about the situations. I'm going to bring back Cobra Kai. Robbie again trying to make amends with Kenny, and Sean throws hands. Miguel, Sam, and Tori are there. They were told about this back at the arcade, so they know to back him up on this. Kenny's pissed off and ready to take a bat to someone, but Tori and Sam put a stop to that. Sean takes Kenny and bails before security arrives. At least one reconciliation worked out with the girls. Meanwhile, Johnny's pissed at Stingray. Like, I risked my life taking down this Cobra Kai. I don't want anything to do with it. Stingray calls him out and says, they got a shot at the Sekai Taikai with you leading Cobra Kai like you did when I joined up. The fight at the batting cage did something to maybe have Sean think, maybe Robbie was right. And about the others, like he tells him, Kenny, who's all pissed off and trying to doing some training and beating on a bag, they all could have taken the first strike and they never did. Since when do you call people pussies? That aggro bullshit, that ponytailed guy who's in jail now teach you that? Yeah, he doesn't want him making all the same mistakes he did. So he knows Kenny could do that unless he changes his outlook. Yeah, he's not the only one that's gonna unlearn the first strike hard no more, so Cobra Kai edict. Daniel with Amanda now worried the tournament's gonna dredge up some animosity again, but then there's Sam telling them, ooh, I mended fences with Tori. So Daniel's like, okay. So now Daniel's new plan is to kind of like, hey, Chosen, let Johnny have the Eagle Fang name. Miyagi never cared about some name or tournament. Johnny shows up to, same idea, concede. Cobra Kai's Kreese's legacy, not mine. I don't want to teach offense no more. I'm here to help Miyagi-Do win. Johnny in a white gi with a revised Miyagi-Do logo, an eagle soaring over the bonsai tree. Beautiful. As Kreese shows up in another forest at night saying, tell Sensei Kim Dae-un, Cobra Kai's back. Season 6, Episode 2, The Prize. Flashback, Kreese and Silver say their farewell to Master Kim, pissed at him for punishing his granddaughter for eavesdropping on his teaching students. He respectfully asks Sensei Kim, she be taught too. Master Kim says, my granddaughter, my dojo. You go to America, be sensei there, I am sensei here. Shows that whole no mercy creed all over young Kreese. Little Dae-un strikes grandfather from behind. Angry, but when she's asked if she's afraid, she shakes her head no. Master Kim decides, okay, you're ready. Current Kim Dae-un all smiles when current Kreese shows up. We earned our spot in the Sekai Taikai, let's go win it. Dae-un says, it's not up to me to decide, bringing him to the still living Master Kim. Plumbing breaks down above the Lawrence apartment. Johnny thinking, okay, Carmen, I'll take care of things once we win this tournament. She's like, that tournament's like 2 months away. They need help now. Miguel had eyes for Stanford, but even now he's like, so much for that. He gets talked into a more local safety college to set him up for a bigger one down the line. As Master Kim is pissed at his granddaughter for failing in America, but Kreese says, we still have a chance. Master Kim telling him, prove it. At the more local Reseda College, Binary Bros and Miguel run into Kyler and Brooks, latter of whom holds surprisingly no grudge with Hawk going all no mercy on him. Back when Kreese led Cobra Kai, Hawk, of course, apologized. Dimitri is shocked to learn from Kyler that only he goes here, while Brooks apparently did better for himself after the beatdown, going to MIT. Meanwhile, Chosen on his staycay from Okinawa watched a lot of house and home related shows. So, hey, why don't I help Johnny and his family find one? Talking Johnny up. He's a little too honest. Agent most likely was with his veneered teeth thinking Johnny's going on about his kids, his baby mama, but no ring. Rosa, who likes the Mary Jane. This guy's too much of a risk, no sale. Sensei Kim tells of how this hidden island he's at with Kreese and Dayun, it was once held under Japanese colonial rule. They wanted to force Kim to enlist, so he hid in a cave with a knife and took out a dozen as a child when they found him. So, Chosen Kim? If Kreese can find and return this ceremonial knife, that'll be the proof Sensei Kim needs. Unjangdo, Korean. Ceremonial dagger. Still something used in self-defense. Kreese has to fight a cobra to get it. Cobra strikes first. Kyler getting a taste of his own medicine being bullied by his pledges for the college. Miguel, the good dude he is, says, I tried to have his back, but he's all like, nah, it's good. Once I get the pledge, I'm gonna run this shit. A debt the other campus frat boys have no intention of honoring, also something Miguel overhears. Johnny and Chosen seek out another house. Same clients there to tell him, hit the bricks. Some older-looking kid named Stevie shows up. Big fan of Johnny in 83. Of course, he missed 84. But we can work something out. Clearly honored the Cobra Kai sensei would want to buy and live in this neighborhood. Miguel decides to stand up for Kyler after he's being humiliated by being a human vacuum. Frat leader fesses up, yeah, you had no chance of being in here. Kyler takes offense, dumping a beer on him, and shows off his karate when a receipt comes his way. Kyler and Brooks go in full circle, whooping ass together with the kids that they bullied back in season 1. Which afterwards is revealed the MIT that Brooks is going to with his 750 SAT score it stands for Midwest Industrial Training, air conditioner maintenance. Probably good money in the LA heat. Much to the relief of Eli and Dimitri, who have their sights set on MIT as well. Kyler, dejected, tells Miguel, I had dreams, but I didn't follow them. Safety's always there. It's the dream you gotta follow, you gotta chase after. Another college hears of what happened to those hazers. He's like, oh, hey, you're a shoe in here as long as you bring that badass, as long as you keep that up. So yeah, Kyler and Brooks are gonna be alright. As Johnny comes to Daniel for advice and help, saying it might be time to get a 9 and 5 like Daniel has. He's really glad, as am I, that Johnny is taking the Miyagi-Do lessons to heart. He wanted to deck that. He's like, hold it. He's like, rein it in. Don't punch this guy and shatter his veneers. The agent. Yeah, no Eagle Fang or Cobra Kai strike first mentality. Breathing through his frustrations. It leads to Johnny later on in a suit ready to work for LaRusso Auto. Amanda in private with Daniel talking about this. And, hey, what do you think's in his briefcase? My money's on bologna sandwich and a pile of junk mail. It could be bills that are yet unpaid, Amanda. We just had Kyler and Brooks move on. Don't you regress to season 1 now. Turns out before he can get the job, Johnny's already made his first sale out there. What are you waiting for, LaRusso? Get the lady her bonsai. Anyway, back to Kreese. That cobra bite's taking him on a little trip. More Kreese arguing with memories of a young Kreese and a current Johnny. Kreese telling Johnny, I never showed pain, fear, or mercy save for you. Who he then admits that what Silver told him, that Johnny Lawrence is your weakness. It leads to Kreese beating down this current Johnny and admits to a different kind of poison running through him, the no mercy kind. I admit you're my weakness and you're standing in my way, no longer. And it kills off Vision Johnny! Which gives him the motivation for the second time to come back for that ceremonial knife. He gets it and returns to the sensei with it and the head of the snake. Now we are ready. Season 6, Episode 3, Sleeper. Party at LaRusso's. Package arrives of a ticking box. Uh-oh. Johnny and Daniel assumes Kreese or Silver getting revenge. Explosion! One of those gender reveal surprises. Johnny walks in sort of pink. Oh, it's a girl. Daniel is submerged in this. It's like he fell into a whole case of Pepto-Bismol. He's so pink. Time for Kreese to meet Dion's students. Her prize pupil learning a Viper Strike, a series of attacks designed to lower defenses on the head and leave it wide open for a strike. Her prize pupil, Yoon Do-jin, said to achieve any task perfectly. A more troublesome Kwon Jae-sung goes immediately for the head. He's like, why not just go immediately for it? Daeun doesn't like defiance, so you're stuck with toilet cleaning for your rebelliousness. Kreese tells Daeun, you want the best and strongest. Leave your rebel to me. At the Miyagi dojo, Devon fears that Sam and Tori, while getting along, aren't going all in on each other during a training exercise, telling Sensei Lawrence, if they can't go hard in training, how are they going to fare in the tournament? Johnny replies, yeah, they're going to get their asses kicked. Goes to LaRusso's for advice. Your girl's a pussy. Nichols too, no offense. Daniel's all, oh, you're new girl dad now. You said they'd be easy to raise, right? Girls are easy. Handle your business, Sensei. Get your house in order, LaRusso? See, I can call back too. Chosen's staycation is starting to wear on Amanda. It's been 3 months. So Daniel has the idea to move Chosen to Daniel's old side area where he stayed at in the third movie. Moving some stuff around and somehow never knew there was this small door underneath with a box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Meanwhile, Kreese Sensei talks to the students about how LaRusso in 6 weeks of training took out his best student because he had more heart. How do we beat someone with more heart? Answers include more training? No. Yoon respectfully says, have more heart. Then rebellious Kwon says, kick to ribs to break heart? Angering Daeun, but Kreese says, you don't take me seriously? Let me show you how serious this is. Johnny plans a girls' slumber party with Devon's help in place for Sam and Tori. They're going through friendship stuff. They just need conflict to get their edge back. I remember hearing about Allie's slumber parties. High school girls, little gossip. Pretty soon you get something that makes Scarface look like Bambi, says Johnny. What's in Miyagi's box? Again, last time, Daniel, you opened a box, you got Peptoed, so there's some hesitation with that as well as not disturbing Miyagi's possessions. But temptation's there. And now, all this time, Miyagi might not be who he says he is? Keisuke Miyagi? There's this address from a possibly fake ID? Boxing gloves? What's going on? So they show up to this address and we got a runner thinking it's police. LaRusso in a suit shows up to an alley-lit boxing ring. How does he know Miyagi when Chosen and Daniel flank and corner him? Sam and Tori find out the ruse that Johnny and Devon are trying to get them to fight seriously by hitting each other. Personally, I think that text message of him having their significant other's phones and he texts, dump this hero, get with the hero. That might have been overplaying your hand there, Johnny. Money says they heard him say something like that while chatting up, like either via Johnny or something Miguel and Robbie might have told them about their dad on a date or something. It's like, yeah, sounds like Johnny. Sam right away is like, what's going on? What's behind your hand? Nothing, just my hands. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the jig's up quick. Kreese has got the students doing some punishment kind of exercise saying, you can all thank Kwon for this. So, yeah, breeding resentment. Even straight student Yoon takes issue with this, tripping Kwon, who later at night confronts Kreese about it. All part of the plan. Quote, you're angry and disrespectful, but you've got talent. You just need to direct that anger. Prove to the others you're the best in class. Only one way you can do that. So Kwon comes for Yoon and proves it all over his face and 2 others, telling him, you only know what you've been taught. Formidable, but predictable.
Predictable!
Lays a beating into Yoon and takes the symbol of best student off him and puts it for himself. Turns out the runner's grandfather and Miyagi went into business for this boxing dojo, Miyagi being a silent partner. Now Miyagi has fled America to Okinawa? After he beat the holy hell out of some mugger, Runner's grandpa trusted Miyagi. Helped them escape and lay low. Mugger says, we all screw up sometimes. Maybe Miyagi had to learn the hard way about Miyagi-Do karate too. I keep thinking back to that fanged Miyagi. We call that foreshadowing. Of course, as predicted, Sam and Tori start arguing after they're waiting for their Ubers to drive them home. They get to all the stuff at the party when they first got at each other. the stuff at the school and everything else that happened between their significant others. They tear up and are apologizing about a minute in. Johnny's like, oh man, I thought they were going to throw hands. Devin's more pleased at this. It's not like Robbie and Miguel. Girls got their own way of working shit out too. This might work. Daniel is shocked about this new Miyagi revelation, but gets real good advice from Amanda to make the most of the time you have with the people you love regardless of their past. Remember, Amanda did something out of anger too, so she knows what's up. Your past don't dictate your present or your future. Those words give and chosen resolve to try booking a flight to Okinawa. He's going in person to tell Kumiko. Kreese finalizes his earlier lesson now amongst the full class. How do you boot someone who has heart? Be heartless. Skill's not enough. To pierce the heart of your enemy, we need to harness all that hate inside. Quan now leading the katas, Kreese tells Dayun. One more piece of the puzzle left. Cut right to Tori, no longer holding back and training with Sam. As the Sekai Taikai committee makes the announcement on which country will hold the tournament. Barcelona, Spain. Each dojo picks 6 fighters. 1 boy, 1 girl to captain each team. Quality over quantity. Many students, but only 6 slots. Season 6, Episode 4, Underdogs. Good lord, the Mohawk went from Statue of Liberty points blue to red, white, and blue for Hawk. As both senseis Lawrence and LaRusso have their bias on who gets in, they decide, we'll pin the decision on a sensei who's not aware of the kids and therefore won't have a bias. Enter Sensei Barnes. Says he blew his Sekai Taikai chance and is here to maximize and surprise the students. Catch that chicken. You gotta eat lightning and crap thunder. Drilling these potential tournament goers. At the end, he says, congratulations, you didn't die, but none of you would last a day in the Sekai Taikai. I'm about to call 12 with the potential to do so. Hawk, Robbie, Miguel, Sam, Tori, Muscles, Mitch has a new nickname, Kenny, Nate, Chris, Dimitri, Devin, and Anthony. Devin's upset telling Johnny how Barnes was telling Kenny, great job, no one catches a chicken. Tells Tori and Sam how fierce they were. She's fully committed to Johnny wanting to win. Yasmin finding boyfriend Dimitri pep-talking him into being more confident in karate, saying, don't give up, this is your chance on this. He's all like, blow this off and about to go on a date. He's like, Meanwhile, Hawk has not told Dimitri yet he did not apply to MIT or any schools. Which may cause a wedge in the binary bros here. 2 minutes of capture the flag off the other students. Person with the most flags at the end wins. Tori, Sam, Robbie, Miguel, of course, they're the 4 of the 6 that win it. The other 4 are tied. So next morning, I'll announce the other 2 slots. Devin's hurt she lost all her flags. Anthony got his nose busted by Kenny during. Not purposely, thankfully, but he's feeling dejected as well. Johnny shows up at Barnes' new shop wanting to apologize. Barnes says, you came to me to see if Devin made it, not to apologize. She's dead last, You Miyagi-Do's, kata, and all that garbage don't bring powerhouses for the Sekai Taikai. Time to finish what you started before you all fought Silver, I guess. Movie 3 callback. Your karate's a joke. Before he can even finish the rest of the quote, Johnny gets up and wails away. Using Miyagi-Do to do it. Completing the callback. Barnes concedes. He's like, okay. Alright, you win. Ever since you brought karate back into my life, I've just been itching to fight again, wanting to capture some of that spark. Johnny's like, I know what that's like. Just do me a solid from one bad boy to another, make sure the others get a fair shake. Morning time, Barnes tells the other 4, 2 flags out in the forest. Find him and win and bring him back. If 2 of you find him at the same time, throw hands. Binary bros do indeed break off. Dimitri learns about Eli being a little more Hawk and wanting to explore his options and just lock in on MIT. They both wanted to go together since childhood, and now things have gotten so different. All before they, with Kenny and Devin, race for the flags. Daniel talks to Barnes. I apologize for coming down on your son, Anthony. I got all that on my system when I fought Johnny. Like, wait, you fought Johnny? What? Wait, what? Why are you surprised? Speaking of Johnny, he had advice for Devin, who still feels like she's not going to win that. I knew the potential at the debate where we first met. No one's got more cutthroat in you than you. Do everything you can with what you got. Devin might have taken that a little too much to heart, because Kenny comes back with a gurgly stomach after we see Mitch like, hey, anyone seen my laxatives? Muscle's got to protein up, so I guess if things get too bad, boom, laxative. I thought that was like just when I think it's like a one-off and just like a goofy thing. No, it plays into the plot here. Ooh. Dimitri and Hawk fight over flag number 2. Hawk hits Dimitri in another case of showing mercy working against somebody. Dimitri strikes back and brings back the flag for the final slot. Devin meets Kenny, who believes it was, quote, Lapusso that did it for payback for the broken nose. It's like, oh, nothing's changed. She apologizes and secretly ditches the evidence. Damn! Stunts like this is why I gotta put your name down on as worst character. You're just there. Take your spot. And from Barnes and Daniel, Johnny hears how Devin may or may not be prepared for a tournament of this kind of severity. That brings us to Season 6, Episode 5, Best of the Best. Was that movie Sekai Tekai as well? I think it was like a world tournament, USA versus... Tori's with a doctor about how her mom's doing. Yeah, she's doing better. You're taking good care of her. She's, needing less medication. She walks through a parking lot after, and yep, Kreese. I'm not easy to catch. I know I told you to look after yourself, but that's only because you weren't part of my liberation plan. Now that I'm out, we can... There is no we, says Nichols. They're my friends, Kreese says. You'll always be second to LaRusso's kid. You're my champion, Tori says, not yours. Back with Robbie, Tori reveals all her stuff with Kreese and the tainted win at All Valley, saying, this tournament's our last chance to win big. Neither one of us is making college. You out of juvie, me out of this stuff that I did at the school I had to work through to get in. Everyone else gets to go to college. We don't get the same shot. Robbie tells her, let's you and me win this together, no matter what. The first 4 winners, 2 boys, 2 girls, spar in a few days for the captain spots. Johnny takes the first day of training, one of which including punching people from other countries. They have like these dummies, and they put these white t-shirts with like other countries' flags on them. They won't all speak English, but they will speak karate. At one point, Daniel's all, the Soviet Union doesn't even exist anymore. Quiet! Definitely a more Eagle Fang approach. Coors bottles into pitching machines and watching Eric Roberts flicks. Daniel's, of course, worried, this is the old Johnny resurfacing. It's this tournament, Tells Amanda, this isn't the Miyagi way, but then again, we don't know what we thought we knew of Miyagi. Daniel having none of his vision tarnished for sure. Poor Tori comes home to find her mom unresponsive. Robbie at school, wondering where she went, asking, hey, Miguel, Sam, did you? No, nothing. Miguel's already hurting from a deferral from Stanford. Not a no, but not a yes either. No calls from Tori, who gets the bad news. Doctor said she's lowered her prescriptions, was getting better. Didn't catch a blood clot in time till it was too late. So, Tori getting dumped on again. Doc's like, hey, is there anyone we can call? Tori tearfully replies, there's nobody. Daniel and Johnny at the LaRusso Auto on test drive detail with customers, only for him while doing so to spot that old Miyagi yellow car in the woods where Daniel's training just Sam and Miguel. Johnny's like, what the hell? You're just giving me busy work. Daniel pulls boss rank in. All right, back he goes. Oh, this won't end well. Next day he pulls in, as Amanda refers to, a dime store Jerry Maguire trying to start his own dealership. He's like, hey, Amoosh, Louie, come on. Let's do Lawrence Auto. Amanda in private reveals to Johnny he's acting this way because all the Miyagi-Do box he found. So yeah, the competitive fire is lit back in Robbie, who's got nothing to fight for himself, like he told Tori. Again, keep trying to contact her. Tori herself is not answering. Flashback to her mom during younger days. Quote, life dealt us a bad hand. We can change that. We're fighters. Amanda telling Daniel to not focus so much on Miyagi's past. Focus on Johnny and the students and the possibly televised kumite. I don't know how serious this tournament is, but they're building it up like 80-20 Olympics kumite. I don't know. Finding balance, he tells Johnny, okay, I may be your boss at the dealership, but we're partners in karate, so how about I ref the boys and you ref Tori and Sam for their fight? Boys go first. Miguel gets point 1 with a sweep in front, punch to the chest, point 2 with a kick to the face. Gets up to spot Tori looking kind of teary-eyed or off. I'm like, but tells Sam, yeah, I'm ready to fight. Robbie brings it all the way home. No hard feelings? Nah, man. Whew. So Robbie Keane is your male captain. Sam and Tori is next. Tori seems like back in her old ways again with Sam fighting real serious. Like Tori's 1 point comes with like a warning. Amanda gets a call and tells Daniel, we need to stop the fight. Daniel does so. And at having this revelation, Tori finally reveals and she's pissed and sad and wanting to finish this fight for her mom. Daniel, Amanda, and Robbie are all like, hey, we should stop this fight for her sake. But she's all like, no, I have to do this. This is what she would have wanted. Johnny says, it's her call. Trust her. He was made sensei by you, Danny. Don't let Pusso out. Of course, he stops the fight, and Tori's just pissed and hurts more, and just like, you don't want to be hurting your kid. It's just like, fine, you want it over, it's done. So yeah, Sam wins by default. Johnny wanting the fight to go on when pulled aside with Daniel. Like, what the hell? Like, yeah, my mom wasn't doing too well. She passed away, and this is how I dealt with it. Daniel says this isn't the Miyagi way. Johnny reveals, I know about the Miyagi stuff. In his frustrations, calls him, not so perfect, but a liar and a thief. Bam! Johnny takes one to the face and tells an apologetic Daniel, I'm teaching these kids for them, not you. Not the dojo. After this tournament, you and me are done for good. Johnny and Daniel later decide Hawk's going to take her spot, so he gets to be in the Sekai Taikai after all. Captains get their new Sekai Taikai headbands. Daniel spots the logo as he puts it on Sam, goes back to the box. Turns out Miyagi fought in the Sekai Taikai. There's like dried blood on that headband. What the hell have you signed these kids up for? 73rd Olympics Kumite? We're here, Barcelona, Spain. Too late to back out now, and here comes Cobra Kai. How the hell is Kreese just walking around? And with Tori? No! Turn. You see what you did, Daniel? I have to wait till fucking November to find out what happens next. Alright. I gave you Worston Devon. Daniel back in his control freak this season again. Like, come on, the World Karate Tournament. You gotta pull rank. How many times must you be taught this lesson, old man? That said, this is again fake Kreese death number 3 for Daniel, and he doesn't even know about that. Anthony can get a mention in here too, but a little bit. He may not have been responsible for the laxatives on Kenny, but his laughter and mocking was seen by other kids, so I say Kenny's safe to assume. He was like holding his guts trying to run in, and Bert was in there taking too long, so the inevitable happens, and there's like laughter and teasing by other kids. Like, really? Not cool. Either way, it will not help his case when Kenny comes for him with all the best Cobra Kai fighters and their sensei dads off in Barcelona, That's got to come to a head, the second or third part of episodes. All right. Now we get to the best characters. Johnny, and by his extension, his 2 sons for most of these episodes. They really do great work. Johnny with wanting to do this for the kids and not backing down from LaRusso when he strikes first. Not cool about what you said, but that wasn't for most of these episodes either. You just kind of like, that was out of your hurt and anger a little bit itself. But seasons ago, that would have been like right back coming the blows right there in that place and just wrecking the whole dojo back there. With letting his hurt and frustrations get the better of him, or back to like the heavy drinking. He's not doing that anymore. He's responsible, not just for his family, but for all the kids of the valley. Him consenting and wanting to embrace Miyagi-Do is him finally coming full circle. There's even a convo between Daniel and Amanda where the latter might think, once Daniel's done with this tournament, you stop being sensei, maybe Johnny takes over. She knows he's a terrific fit. Not the best, but, I say 2 sons because it really does feel like that. Miguel and Robbie are brothers. They've got their fight out of their system like the apartment brawl in last season. They're still cool with one another, I hope. It looked like it was there. Like I said, the no hard feelings. Yeah, no, we're cool. After that fight, so. Anyway, power off. Just a lot of, huh? What? this season out about with Kreese. I figured he'd be in the shadows while Master Kim took point instead of seeming like the other way around. Side note, I think Master Kim knows Miyagi, either from Sekai Taikai or the past or something else. I'm willing to bet he's got answers. The wiki states multiple times he's comparable in skill to Miyagi. So they're building him up to be a big deal. But back to more power off. The Stingray stuff. I get he had his moment in season 5, but again, how does he get the teaching kids? Like, his name's plastered on, like, him and Johnny are like this little, like weird sign-up sheet or something like that. He showed Lawrence when he came in at the creek. Just a lot of, again, just, huh? Really? This is how you're gonna get chess pieces moving in season 6? Okay. My heart goes out to Tori, but what the hell? Chris, I understand, but we sent Kim Daeon with him. After all the stuff you went through in season 5, I just feel like there's more than one moment of, really? You're just not going to explain how this makes sense? I'm hoping this opens the door for Tori and Johnny to finally make Kreese sue, but that's gambling on long odds at this point. Sheds Johnny just to get Tori back in? Daeon seemed more than willing to let Kreese take command like he did with Kwon. Like, this is clearly his show. Like, maybe she thought, maybe he'll succeed where I failed, and I think I can back him up. And with him, I can succeed where I failed with Silver. Power on. Knowing this is the last season, it really is satisfying to see Kyler, Yasmin, even Brooks get a good send-off. Kenny's a little, is he, isn't he, until his older brother sets things right with him. Like, we've stuck with these characters for a while, some way back in the first season. So it's just good to see them get their send-offs that I feel they deserve. Might even see that happen with the likes of Silver or Barnes or any number of people. Who knows? I feel like we're going to get a big full circle reveal of Miyagi-Do being founded to go against Master Kim's Tang Soo-Do, or related in some way where Miyagi had some connection. Sato might have known some things too, but he's also gone now. Flashbacks will probably reveal more. We've seen bits of Miyagi maybe not being all defense. The paralyzer technique Chosen knew about and hinted at this from way back when Daniel went to Doyona Auto in Okinawa. But yeah, it's going to be a long wait. November is a few months off, but still like a whole damn season. For just 5 more episodes. I have an idea on, I was supposed to do like another review after this wrapped up. I wanted to do it last year, but I was saving up till Cobra Kai ended. Now I gotta wait till 2025. I think like February, March for like the season episodes 11 through 15. So this coming September, I have another review show. I'm gonna save that for Mondays, and I'll explain that more in due time. But for now, that will do for this episode of Cobra Kai Day. Gotta wait till November.